Let's bring in Republican strategist Luke Ball and Axiom Strategies Aaron McGuire. Thank you both for coming on. Aaron, to you first. I want to play a little more sound. This is the president at the UN talking about the UN. Watch.
In a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them. What is the purpose of the United Nations? The UN has such tremendous potential. I've always said it. It has such tremendous, tremendous potential, but it's not even coming close to living up to that potential.
A pretty strong medicine there, Aaron, but the truth is the UN, a lot of people believe, could use a little dose of strong medicine.
People believe that geopolitically, the world powers could use a dose of reality, and President Trump delivered it to them today at the United Nations General Assembly. This was no holds bar, full force, confident President Trump on the world stage. He brought receipts like this was a Real Housewives reunion and read them to absolutely everybody about their fecklessness, about the fact that they have been funding mass illegal immigration, about the fact that they have not stepped in to promote peace and equality around the world instead of pushing ideology and agenda, which is what the United Nations has been doing. So what you saw from President Trump today is what you should expect from a president of the United States. Not falling up the stairs, not forgetting his words. You see him standing there taking command and leading the world. That is why he is the leader of the free world.
Yeah, little dose of honesty. Meantime, Trump says that he won't be meeting with Democrat leaders to avoid a government shutdown. He posted this on Truth Social, quoting, "After reviewing the details of the unserious and ridiculous demands being made by the minority radical left Democrats in return for their votes to keep our thriving country open, I have decided that no meeting with their congressional leaders could possibly be productive." I mean, the left, of course, wants to extend Obamacare tax credits. They want to limit Trump's ability to withhold federal funding. There's a litany of items on that list, Luke.
Well, Trace, it's not President Trump's job. It is Congress's job. The last time Congress fulfilled its fundamental duty to the United States and actually passed a balanced budget, I was 5 years old. And I'd like to think I'm kind of young, but I have lower back pain, and cars that were made the year I was born qualify for antique license plates. So it's been quite a while since they've done that. Let's be very clear. Chuck Schumer needs this shutdown to try and blame President Trump. And because the president's not engaging with them, Chuck Schumer's not going to get what he wants.
Yeah. Meantime, Mediaite writes the following here, Aaron. Google admitted President Joe Biden's administration pressed the tech giant and YouTube to censor content the administration felt was COVID-19 misinformation. Oh, my goodness. And now you have, I mean, here's the thing. That is censorship 101. And then you have Jake Tapper on Seth Meyers' show talking about really what is devastating censorship. Watch.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel, he's a friend of both of ours.
Yeah.
You know him, I know him. We know he's a good person. Obviously, this news is very exciting. But what was your original take on how this all went down starting last week?
I mean, I thought it was pretty much the most direct infringement by the government on free speech that I've seen in my lifetime.
Aaron, come on. You got to be kidding me. They're going in and they're censoring COVID information, having big tech slam the brakes on that for conservatives. And Tapper's like, oh, my gosh, shutting down Kimmel couldn't be worse.
Well, Trace, I want to applaud everybody watching Fox News this evening for being smart enough not to watch Jimmy Kimmel's failure yet again on another network. And it's true here. The biggest assault on free speech in this country has been against Republicans and conservatives. Time and again, and the left-wing media, their legacy allies, and their friends have been saying it's only been Democrats. Oh, how sad for them. Republicans were right the entire time. Shadow banning happened on Twitter. YouTube blocked people that they didn't agree with because of conservative speech. Right. And everybody else continued to silence us on Facebook when we stood up for our rights and our free speech. But leave it to the media to get all vapors for one of their own failures. And let's remember, this is the same black-faced Jimmy Kimmel that they're all rushing to now to make sure, because he's such a good man. No, he shouldn't be on air. He's not funny. And I'd be better doing anything else rather than watching Jimmy Kimmel.
I wanted to get your take on this as well, Luke, just because I think it's one of those things where you got to be kidding me. And you say, oh, my ABC taking Kimmel off the air for 3 nights is as bad as the Biden administration going in and telling big tech to shut everybody's opinions down.
First of all, with big tech, remember, do you think that they would be doing this if Kamala Harris were in the Oval Office as opposed to a Barnes & Noble today? No. They are doing it because there was a populist revolution in this country that took over and made them realize they had to start actually paying attention to what they were censoring. And secondly, I think the only other people besides Jimmy Kimmel that can remain in the media and be this consistently inept are weathermen, politicians, and the Kardashians. Security cameras at gas stations get more viewers than he does. This was a business decision, not the government putting its thumb on the scale here.
Back with the Nightcap crew, Ashley Strohmeyer, Bill Malugin, Jill Simonian, Steve Hilton, Luke Ball, and Alicia Krause. Kamala Harris saying she lost the 2024 election because she didn't have enough time. What do you think? What would have happened if she had more time? Alicia.
Oh, wow. I think we would have heard a few more accents. Maybe she would have gone Hillary circa 2016, you know, like the church accent, the Southern accent. I just can't. Like the level of delusion that she lives in, I'd like to have a dose of that from time to time.
Jill.
I can't even answer you because as you were asking the question, I'm laughing. Ditto to everything you just said. That's it. That's all I got.
Steve Hilton, more time would have helped?
Well, I would have loved to see, maybe with Alicia's point, we could have got to the British accent. That would have been hilarious. Look, her book is called 107 Days. I think her best shot would have been a campaign of 107 minutes, an hour and a half of fake joy at the convention. She might have fooled people.
When they were still buying in the whole weird vibe, Luke Ball, that was the whole thing. That's when they had the kind of the peak, and then it went downhill.
I'd pay $107 not to have to read that book or watch her book tour. I wish she had 4 straight years to present to the world in the United States what her policy would be from, I don't know, the second highest perch in all of the nation. Joe Biden told her no daylight, kid, and that's exactly what happened.
Ashley Strohmeyer.
Yeah, I don't think anything would have changed. The only thing that may have changed is that Trump would have won by more, if that was even possible. And we might have had a couple more word salads videos to roll, but that's about it.
Yeah, I was saying, Bill, she'd have lost all 50. She was in for a year, she'd have lost all 50.
More time would have been more problems. It was like watching a slow-motion train wreck. It started on vibes. Her poll numbers were okay when she first came out. Fell off a cliff, couldn't even answer the easiest of questions on The View. Remember at the DNC, they kept Biden waiting for like 3 hours behind schedule. It was just a disaster. More time would have been worse.
Quickly, no real apology for Jimmy Kimmel.
No real apologies from the clips we've seen so far.
Yeah, okay. He asked what you thought about this, Kamala Harris. Jason says 107 days or 307 days irrelevant because she refused to answer policy questions or do tough interviews. Alyssa, if she had more time, she would have lost even harder. Squall, she had plenty of time and she spent a month of it hiding from the press. Good point. JT, if she had spent less time tossing her word salad, she would have had more time. Bill, she would have benefited from less time and fooled more voters. Scott says time was not the problem. She was the problem. Lisa, we would still have been unburdened by what has been. And Floyd says if she had more time, they would have replaced her as well. Good comments tonight. Thank you for watching America's Late News, Fox News at Night. I'm Trace Gallagher in Los Angeles. We'll see you right back here again tomorrow.